If food waste in landfills was a country of its own, it would be the third largest greenhouse gas producer in the world, next to the US and China. So given that, diverting your food waste from the landfill is a hugely impactful action that we can all take every day. The legacy of this land for community gathering and growing food for people, connecting people through food, goes back at least 7,000 years. Because of that, we take the responsibility of land stewardship here really seriously with everything we do. The more recent history of this land is that it was purchased by a World War II vet who witnessed the ravages of sanctions and hunger in Europe and came home and thought, I think I'm still here for a reason. I want to do something larger than myself, and decided to grow food and give it away. And I think it's a real testament to having a purpose larger than yourself and thinking about generations to come in the actions that you take in your life.
Sometimes progress has to look to the past for us to really understand the best path forward for ourselves. Studies for 30, 40 years now have shown that food grown in compost or in healthy regenerative systems, natural systems, have more nutrient availability for our bodies. So composting is a way for us to both reduce carbon emissions from our landfills and create healthier food systems and work with nature instead of fighting it.
We just need to rethink the idea of waste. This is all part of a cycle of life, and if we're just throwing it and burying it into the ground, we're not using that energy for our livelihoods. And that doesn't make a lot of sense.
One thing that's really great about this larger scale composting process, we can accept all materials once living. So that includes meat, bone, dairy, things you wouldn't normally put in your backyard composting system. Folks like to talk about closed loop systems. Food waste is coming into our facility. That food waste is being transformed into compost, growing healthy, vibrant, nutrient-dense food. And then the food scraps, the leftovers, things that aren't eaten, that material is feeding back into the system and creating that beautiful flow of material. The compost that we're producing on site is also helping to nourish our farm.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the farm stand.
Thank you. Everything looks so amazing.
I would say my favorite part of working in the farm stand is connecting with the community and being the bridge between all of this amazing produce that we grow and providing it to people that need healthy food.
These are like so many of the things I care about that combine in farming. Education, food, cooking, food access. One of our big partners this year is the Food Depot. 15% of our crop plan is planted to sell to the Food Depot, and they take that food and distribute it throughout the state to different food banks.
I just love this place. I love the community that it builds and all the work that they do.
It provides meaning and value for our existence to be together, living in a way that's more in alignment with nature and our hearts and minds.
It's mostly about creating functional regenerative systems that don't disrupt our way of life, but improve our way of life. And I see that as something that's 100% achievable in every community. We just have to take some time and effort to make it happen.
I feel really passionate about the work that we're all doing here, and it's such an honor to be a piece of this puzzle that really is making a positive impact in our community.
When you take home some plants to put in your garden and you add that compost or nutrient-rich worm castings, there's an experience there happening for people. families, friends, conversation around the garden, creating meals together. Well, I get teary-eyed thinking about it, so it just touches my heart. Yeah, give me a second. Whew, wow.
I think a place like this and a concept like this is only possible when the whole community gets involved, whether that's a farm camp kid, someone coming to the farm stand, someone dropping off their food waste, coming to the community fridge. You can feel the energy that everyone brings to it. That like, oh yeah, we can do things differently. We can make change in our lives, in our communities, even in the face of challenges that seem hopeless on a global level. And we're just forever grateful for the ways that our community shows up here.